So it's a documentary that we've made, which is called Raised by Queers, because when we revealed about the pregnancy through surrogacy, we did get quite a few messages on social media of people saying negative things. So we wanted to make the documentary to kind of just prove to those people that we haven't just...
Kieron, you can't win on this because you'll get negative comments with that one, but we're also getting complaints today about the title of the programme.
The title quite shocked me when I saw it.
So this is the thing. So now it's LGBTQ. So queer is now in that, so we're kind of reclaiming the word. And if you think about the most iconic show on Channel 4 from the 90s was Queer as Folk.
Yes.
And I think I'm not offended by it, and I think once you watch the documentary...
But why did that word stop getting used then? Because I thought people were offended by that.
Well, now it's
That's
added
why I
on
was
to the
shocked to see it.
LGBTQ, and I think it's about not being offended and embracing it, and the whole season at the moment is about pride and being proud of that. And if somebody calls me a queer, well, yeah, I am, and I'm proud of that.
OK, well, that adds to the whole controversy. That'll get you all tweeting and getting in touch today. But, Carl, could I just ask, how does it feel to be a dad? How are you? How are you coping with this?
It's surreal, actually. It feels amazing. It's something that we've wanted for years, and I think, obviously, if we did at some point have a womb, then we'd probably have about 5 kids by now anyway.
Yeah. Do you know, any parent will say to you, your life changes from here on.
Massively.
Nothing is the same.
Yes, but I was thinking in a positive way. When people say that, oh, your life won't be the same. It's like, no, it won't. It'll be different.
No sleep,
but,
the obvious things that happens. But going back to the documentary as well, I think from people that do have a negative opinion on same-sex parenting, we're in a great position today. One of the guys that I met in the documentary, Terry, he was in a same-sex relationship in the 70s, 80s, raising 2 girls, and he was saying that gay men were being associated with paedophiles. Look at where we are today, completely the opposite of that. Then there's a lady, Maisie, in the documentary, who was raised... Her mum was a lesbian. They had a bake sale in the village where she was brought up, again, in the 80s, 90s, and parents in that village said kids are not allowed to eat the cake that she made because her mum was a lesbian. And I think...
I mean, that was then, so you would like to think that those opinions are so old-fashioned now and changed. But, Carl, you're saying that you have had some criticism. What kind of things are people saying to you now? What do they object to?
I mean, there is criticism online, but you're going to get that in every form of or walk of life. And at the end of the day, you're always going to have people having their opinions on it. And it's just that
just the restaurant
stigma.
on Father's Day, wasn't it? That was...
Yeah, so there's, like I say, when we went out on Father's Day, we went out to a restaurant, we went to change the babies, and literally every single person
so we're walking
in the restaurant
through,
was
and
looking
I've
at
got
us.
Chase, he's got Phoebe, but the whole restaurant was staring at us, and I was thinking, is it because it's twins? Is it because it's 2 dads? Then as we would get to the toilets, they're like, well, you can't go in because the baby changing facilities is in the women's. So I'm like, well, there's no mother, so what are we going to do in this situation?
You're
and they're like,
kidding me.
What did they do?
I always thought the
they had to
baby
close the
change
toilets
was
for
a
us.
separate room. So
Sometimes,
actually...
I mean, in a lot of places it is now, possibly in newer stores, but quite often
it's not just about
it is
sexuality as well. In fact, just for dads, like I think there's single-parent dads out there. If you're in a... you need to do facilities where it's for dads as well.
Kieron, you're absolutely right. When I was a young dad, I did everything. Everything. I was constantly changing that baby.
Oh, really?
I was constantly doing the feed. I just never... As a matter of fact, it's only now that he's 15 that I feed
What's your
and get
opinion
a
on
bit
this,
of a
Ruth?
rest.
I was just sitting with my feet up, Kieron, filing my nails. And now I want to ask you, so why did you choose a surrogate to go down the surrogacy route and maybe not adoption?
Well, we thought about adoption. Again, that's in the documentary as well. And now, from speaking to Thingy and Beth in the documentary, that's something that we'd look forward to in the future. But we researched this, didn't we, in surrogacy, and it was something
What were you
that
expecting to?
No. I think at the end of the day, with IVF, you're always going to have a higher percentage that there is going to be twins, and we went through it, obviously, various different times. We had a few failed attempts, but then, obviously, on the last one, we were related.
I mean, this has all been documented, obviously, for this documentary. What about for Phoebe and Chase? How much... Are you glad
I think it's great for them to show them in the future to be like... Look what your dads did before you got here, and we faced a little bit of stigma. We tried to tackle it head-on. No, we're not going to stamp it out completely, but just to show Chase and Phoebe that we did try and do something.
And what about the surrogate mother? Do you intend to keep in touch? Will she be part of their lives?
Taken her lead, really. She's done it before and had twins for somebody else, actually. So we kind of just said we're quite easy with it. She keeps in contact with them once a year. She'll maybe see them near the birthday just to say, look how big we're getting now and things like that. We speak on the phone every now and again, but we're going to be very honest with them.
And would this be... Is this the end of the family? Is this a family complete, or what do you think?
No, like I said, like we're trying... We've got other embryos that we could use in the future. Like I said, from doing the documentary, it's possible that we could think about adoption now. So.
Yeah. And without being too personal and graphic, but just I am quite interested.
Yeah.
Obviously, you both donated sperm.
Yeah.
Do you know who's?
Well, this is in the
who?
documentary as well. It's one of the most obvious questions people ask, and yeah, we don't tell people because we've got our best friends are lesbians, and it's quite obvious who carried those children. And I feel like people. They have a tough time in the street when people go, but who's the mum? And they go, oh, we both are. And they go, no, but who's really the mother? And I think it was an unfair question, really, because they're both the mum.
And it's just irrelevant for us as well. Like I say, it's not something that we're that bothered about, so why should other people
And what would
be?
you say to other same-sex couples who are thinking, do we go down this road?
I think absolutely do it. Like, everybody should have the right to be a parent as long as you're fit and healthy and you can give a child love in abundance and just care for, like... Yeah, I just feel like just because of who you go to bed with at night time shouldn't determine whether or not you should be a parent. I think that's ridiculous. So, yeah, I hope people watch the documentary and get a bit of faith.
Well, it's, as I said, raised by queers, so the title has, got people talking, and this is Channel 4's on-demand service,
It's on all four from right now, actually, from today.
Now.
Yeah, so please watch it.
We'd love to watch it. It's so lovely to see.
And it's part of a season, isn't it? A campaign
yes,
Channel 4.
For the Summer of Love season, we've got a Hollyoaks Pride one on all four as well. Also, there's the 50 Shades of Gay, which has been all over Channel 4 right now, so quite a few people doing documentaries, but ours is about same-sex parenting.
Listen, congratulations.
Glad to see you so happy.
Yeah.
Do we look tired?
No, you just look happy.
You look beaming.